prove that there are people here. So I'm getting graded on it. Okay. So, hello, my name is Wendy, if you guys did not know already. So today I want to talk about workplace microaggressions. And as a woman in a mostly male-dominated field, because I work in a kitchen, I do see and experience a lot of things, but I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it. So with the recent Black Lives Matter and even the Me Too movement, I think it's more important than ever to talk about it. So this is what we're going to go over today. It's not going to take you all day. We're going to talk about what exactly it is, the impacts and the examples of what it looks like, summary and research of the article that I did for this presentation, and then what can we do about it. So if you do a little bit of a Google, it says that it is an indirect, subtle, or unintentional discrimination against members of a marginalized group. And it's more than just like being a jerk and just saying some mean things. At the core, microaggressions is founded in an unconscious worldview that you are more superior than somebody else. Like somebody is worthy of your respect or they are not. So, microaggressions come in three taxonomies or three flavors. We have micro-invalidations, which are actions that exclude, negate, or nullify the psychological thoughts, feelings, or experiences of somebody. Basically saying like, you're overthinking it, you're overreacting. Just like downplaying like your experience. We have micro-insults. They're pretty self-standard. Actions that convey insensitivity, rudeness, or directly demean a person. And micro-assaults, which is a deliberate action from the microaggressor that is meant to hurt, discriminate, or oppress. So here's some examples, and I'm sure everybody here has experienced it in some sort of way. My favorite ones are you are the whitest black person I know, must be PMS, anybody saying like I'm colorblind, I don't see race, underestimating you, saying demeaning comments or jokes, and usually the biggest indicator that a microaggression has occurred is if you bring it up and somebody says, are you PMSing, you are too sensitive, or it was just a joke. And if it directly impacts somebody of a marginalized group, it is a microaggression. So aside from the ethical impacts of anxiety, depression, and anger from somebody experiencing a microaggression, as an organization, it does have an overall impact where you underutilize your talent, you inhibit teamwork and collaboration, which in turn leads to high turnover. So I'm not going to bore you with all the details of the article. It was called, Do You See What I See? Perceptions of Gender Microaggressions in the Workplace, and it was geared towards more a female perspective, but it could apply to everybody within the organization. So they had three hypotheses. The first one was that the more blatant or overt the microaggression was, the more that people would notice it, either being a man or woman. They found that to be largely supported. Women see it more than men, which they found to be mostly supported because as a whole, women do face more microaggressions than men. And they also asked whether or not men or women would see a long-term negative outcome because of the microaggression, and they found that to be largely unsupported. Both men and women didn't really see long-term impacts of it, and this discrepancy is really disconcerting because it leads to an increased risk in the future of violating equal opportunity rights laws. The longer you let a microaggression continue, the further it does escalate. So what can we do about it? At the core of every organization, people should be the organization's most important asset. If you don't have people working for you, you don't have an organization. Firstly, just be vigilant. Just be aware of what a microaggression is, and if you see it, call it out. And then learn and understand your own biases and judgments. Everybody has their own bias. That's part of being human, and we don't know everything. This ties in with the Next point is don't be defensive and be open to discussion. If somebody calls you out and says, hey, that was kind of rude, I didn't really appreciate that, don't be defensive about it. Don't be afraid to ask questions, and then start to learn from others. And then finally, be an ally to others. If somebody comes up to you and says, hey, this happened to me, believe them. And then go from there, report to somebody above you. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. Yay!
It claps all the way around.